So I can understand some of this, excitement, as you call it. I think where the market is wrong, and has been consistently wrong, is the expectation of another jolt, so to speak, of interest rate cuts from the Fed. Started with the expectation of 6 cuts, down now to 2, and I think even that may look a little optimistic. So time will tell, but I would say at this stage, I would not encourage an expectation for cuts right now.
All right. Thanks, Roger. You have a donut yet today, Roger?
It's National Donut Day. We'll send you one. I just cleaned off.
Thank you very much.
4. Yeah, 4.
This is your
4
favorite day of the year.
I'm licking my lips.
That's just what you need is sugar.
USPS Drone Advantage. Here you go. Un advantage para tu negocio.
No flex zone. No flex zone. They know better. They know better. Wanna go metal flex.
It's so easy to get your windshield replaced using SafeLight. Why don't you just get it fixed? All right, so what do we do now? I've scheduled an appointment at safelight.com. Tell them to meet us here at the beach. Ow.
Schedule free mobile service at safelight.com.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace.
Our crew services cars from bumper to bumper.
Oil change, tire rotations, repairs.
It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. Story trading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.
Showtime.
It's hard to be an HR leader. Pet insurance. People love pets.
We could relax the dress code.
We don't have a dress code. When morale needs a boost, leaders depend on Paycor for HR and people management.
It was very important for me to build a future for my family. The growth would not have been there if we did not have the personalized attention that we got from M&T Bank. Without M&T by yourself.
Learning to invest with Greenlight has really paid off.
Reminds me of how I learned about investing. Yeah, I never learned about investing.
Is there water in this thing?
Bring your family into the financial future.
Here's a before with eBay Guaranteed Fit. We're doing a new dash cap and shift knob. And here is the after.
That's neat. All right, everybody, let's get over to Dom Chu. He has been watching GameStop for us. Dom, what's the latest?
All right, so the latest right now is what we have is a stock that's been volatile. A lot of catalysts out this morning, including a filing showing that they are going to look to sell possibly up to 75 million shares of stock in a secondary offering. This comes also as the surprise earnings report gets dropped about 4 days early for GameStop shares, showing a steeper revenue drop, a narrower loss than expected. And then all of that coming as Roaring Kitty, the trader Keith Gill, who's the original meme stock trader, gets ready to host his first YouTube stream with regard to his kind of views on the market, the first time in about 3 years. So keep an eye on GameStop shares down 20% right now. A lot to get to. Andrew, I'll send things back over to you.
Okay, Dom.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to VIP Story Trading, VIP Pre-Market Prep. We're doing a free preview of the entire month of June. All right, let's get everything set up here. Got a lot to talk about this morning. Obviously, we'll get to GameStop and NVIDIA split. We'll get all that. First, look at the macro. Some economic data came out this morning, which is not what risk investors want to see. Jobs data: 272,000 versus 180,000, so much better than expected. Wages also 0.1% better than expected. Now some contradicting information on unemployment. 4%, a little higher versus 3.9% expected. So a little bit of a mixed picture, but that's like a shock to see the 272 versus 180. That's what everything's moving on in pre-market. There may be some reason behind the hood in terms of how that's reported that might not be the true number. I have a feeling that's the case. But in any case, the initial reaction, TLT, the North Star bonds, is indicative of interest rates. You see here down 1.71%. That's going to be 1.18% as well, as that's going to be bad for gold. So not what we want to see for people who like being long risk assets. Gold, we're really excited about this yesterday. I'm in a position. I did take some profits. So let me just go through the picks yesterday first. All right. So yesterday we gave you Hood, DraftKings, GME, and gold. All right. And they all had 4 for 4. The way we judge ourselves here is the candle. Is it an open green candle? Because we want the opportunity for you guys to make money if you buy the 9:30 a.m. open. And our track record on this is insane. We got to start documenting it. But ever since we started tracking it on this show, or doing it more officially on this show, it's something like 20 of the last 24 stock picks, maybe even more, have had open green candles for the day, and significant ones at that. So Hood with a big open green candle yesterday. All right. DraftKings with a big open green candle yesterday above the 200 DMA. GME, obviously, with a huge open green candle. And if you were in our VIP community or following us on Twitter, you knew last night we're like, get the hell out in after hours. I had a target of 60s for the after hours. The target kept on changing throughout the day. We kept on breaking resistance. First I had 30, then 35. No, not 30. The first target was 35, then 40, then 48. And then for after hours, we had a 60s target. I was all out at $60.80 last night. So that worked out. And then gold also yesterday, open green candle. That worked out for my day trading shares, but I did swing some into today. So we'll talk about that in a bit. So 4 for 4 on those ideas. Now, GameStop, one of the things, the main thing that I told you, the reason I was interested in this again was the completion of the ATM last Friday. So then I saw that as an opportunity, a fundamental change, improving the balance sheet. And they just threw another ATM at the market. All right. Another ATM, this time, I think it's 75 million shares, larger than the last one. Okay. Even larger than the last one. So GME down 27%. Look, at this point, this is kind of gambling. I would be maybe interested in this again when they once again finish the ATM. Once that ATM is complete and they have a filing or press release that the ATM is complete, maybe that happens next Friday, something like that. Maybe I'll try out. You know what I'm going to do? An exercise later to see how many shares did they sell last time, how long did it take, what % of the volume were they selling, and then you can make a calculation to see when they'll be done selling these 75 million shares and maybe get in, a day or morning before they release that the ATM has been completed. That's when I'd be interested. All right. That being said, we have 20 DMA support at 26.56. It's 38.90 now. Roaring Kitty doing his live stream at 12 p.m. I'll be tuning in, but mostly watching as a spectator at this point. We've had a couple nice days on GME. If you've been watching your show, I've been bullish on it. And I'm rarely ever bullish on meme stocks because I need fundamentals to even trade a stock. I don't trade stocks with bad fundamentals. So that news on GME, put it in the category of good fundamentals when the ATM was finished. So we'll be watching this for another opportunity when we have more good fundamental news, which would be, again, a further improvement in the balance sheet at the completion of this ATM. So that's the story with GME's pick yesterday. We're not going to be picking it today. Honestly, it's just gambling today with this volatility if you try to play it. Maybe there's some psychology behind buy the news. Maybe there's going to be some buying into the 12 p.m. stream and then sell the news right at 12 p.m. Maybe there's going to be something like that, but I'm going to focus on better things. Now, so Hood, DraftKings, GME, and gold. All right, that was yesterday. Regarding our model portfolio, all right, we made a change. So let's throw this up here. yesterday. Now I gave this alert. Earlier in the day to swap Snap for Air, but for the tracking purposes, we're going to do it at the end of day close. It's just so much easier to track this. So let's just do. Oop, what happened? All right, there we are. All right, so we're going to switch out Snap for Air today. I'm going to tell you the catalyst about that right now. Why is that lowercase? Caps lock. No one capped. Okay. All right, so now we got Air. All right, Air, one of my favorite stocks ever. A stock that I made $1 million on in 4 months a couple years ago with a $50,000 investment. Boy, that was fun. In any case, so now back in Air. So let's touch on this because this is the one change we're making to the model portfolio yesterday. So our performance on the model portfolio, close to in line with the SPY. We haven't really broken out yet. So in any case, all right, let me show you the news on Air. Let's go back to my phone screen and let's see, Air. Here it is. Okay, check this out. Can I zoom in? Okay, let me see if I could. Let's go to landscape mode. Will that work better? Let's see if that works better. Oh yeah, much better. All right, so okay, Air exploded above a key moving average 2 days ago. Let's look at the chart first. I'm sorry. Let's bring up the chart. So Air. Okay, here we go. It was a 50 DMA and the 20 DMA. You can see that right here, this big move above the 20 and the 50 2 days ago. Now, there was news out, and I missed it. They presented at a William Blair conference 2 days ago. And even prior to the William Blair conference, they had updated their slide deck and put out an 8K that no one saw. All right, so that was brought to my attention. So there's a reason behind this technical move, breaking above the 50 DMA, very highly shorted stock. Good valuation. Has taken a big hit. Forward PE 28. Okay, taking a big hit because of slowdown in EV sales. All right. So now what do we have? Let's go to this news that they reported at William Blair and the new 8K that came out. No press release about this. This is what's new. These last 3 points. It says new, right? Oh, come on. Okay, new. My internet's lagging. All right. I may just have to read this to you. All right. New lead customer on new high volume data storage device wafer level burn and application ramp to begin. So if you know that this was just an EV play in the past, and there's been hopes that this will go into other industries, maybe memory. Okay. So they have a new lead customer for data storage. New engage with memory suppliers with commitment from one leading NAND supplier to do wafer level burning. And the last one, new commitment received, you see this, from AI accelerator company for wafer level burn-in evaluation. So they have 3 new developments in new industries. And I talked to someone close to the company who's recently talked to the CEO and basically confirming that all of these have to do with AI. Even the memory ones are indirectly related to the AI trend. So it's so hard showing this to you. All right. In any case, so Air, I added it to the model portfolio. I added it personally to my account. I even added shorter term call options on Air. All right. So that's going to be in play today. Probably now I have to tell you though, today, because of the macro situation and risk assets off, at least now TLT IWM, it's going to be tough to find the stock with an open green candle today. We'll go through this here in the next 10, 15 minutes, see if we can identify what stocks are going to be most likely to have an open green candle. All right. But today I'm seeing as a day to plant a seed for next week. All right. We're going to look for opportunities where there's pullbacks or breakouts that maybe is not going to have an open green candle today, but we're going to plant a seed for next week rebound. That's my thought process for today. So that goes for Air also, because with TLT down, IWM down, GameStop correcting because of this ATM, it could be that even the high quality names that are moving up for a reason, like Air, may see a pullback today. Okay. Another one in that same vein that I'm really excited about, I'm going to put it in the top 5 again here today, but again, not necessarily for an open green candle, for planting seeds, is going to be NVAX. So we've been all over NVAX from under $10. Under $10, haven't missed a beat. Unfortunately, I didn't hold it the whole way, but we've traded it for 1 or 2 day periods all throughout, predicting a move to $25. We got to $23.86. but I don't think this is over. And I think you can buy the pullbacks. This is pulling back sharply this morning. Even it's down 3.6%, but it was down more sharply because it was going down with GameStop even before the idea of, the TLT, the jobs data came out. It was going down with GameStop because the perception is that this is just a junk crap company that's just highly shorted and, just like GameStop, and we got to sell it if we're selling off GameStop. That's the perception. That's why it was going down this morning. But this gap was major fundamental news, as I've talked about several times. It was our pick of the week over at Wolf Financial Spaces. Hopefully, we'll see if we can still win. I don't know. It's going to be tough now with this. But in any case, I am very interested in buying the pullbacks here. Going concern has been removed. 1.2 or $1.3 billion deal with Sanofi with about $400 or $500 million of that upfront. Okay. Check the top of this candle is 1740. Bottom of this candle, 1841. All right. Bottom of this candle, let's see this one right here. Right. So like 1750 to 1880. I don't know exactly where it's going to bottom, but I already was fine. I started adding yesterday. I'm going to add more today. All right. I'm going to add more today. I think this could be in a way like the next GameStop in a way. I'm not saying that Roaring Kitty's going to target it, but in terms of a short squeeze, I don't think we've actually really seen a big short squeeze yet. 13 days to cover, 45 million shares, major fundamental inflection point. And I think you can buy the dips maybe for months. This will be a buy the dip situation in NVAX. And, I don't know. Can this get back towards $100? Maybe. This thing was $332. All right. So NVAX, I really like. Buy the dips on NVAX. All right. AIR, we got that. Now, there's some news I'm going to let you know about here on Microsoft, On Holdings, Alibaba from a community told me about. We'll touch on Hood, DraftKings, Gold, and then we'll choose what the top focuses will be. Also, some news on Lyft and TMDX. Let's start there. Lyft had an analyst conference yesterday. They raised their forecast and they got a whole bunch of upgrades yesterday and again this morning. One of the biggest ones they got this morning was 15 to 20. Who was that? 15 to 20 was the one that caught my eye. Let's see who that was. Here it is. Bank of America Securities had the big one. Most of the analysts raised by $1 or $2. Bank of America Securities this morning goes from $15 to $20. So it could have a second leg up. It had a big day yesterday when this news came out. You can see, is this a pullback opportunity, particularly with that Bank of America 15 to 20? Maybe. All right. So let's throw that up at the top and we'll revisit it to see if it makes our top 5. TMDX in our model portfolio, I believe, I hope. Is it? Yes, it is. TMDX in our model portfolio, not a huge position, like 1.5%, 1.67% in our model portfolio. But in any case, I have this personally as well. Really like this company. They got a nice upgrade from TD Cowen this morning, 130 to 175. Maybe this catalyst will be enough to buck the market trend. We'll throw that up at the top as well. Oh, NVIDIA, I'm not playing this now. Splits on Monday. All right, the easy money's been made. It's a lottery, in terms of what happens in terms of market psychology. Is sell the news today, sell the news Monday. Not in that, but I'm watching SMCI thinking that maybe once that NVIDIA story is over for now, maybe that money is going to flow into SMCI, but I'm not ready to make that a top pick. I'm thinking maybe Monday. Maybe Monday you can see a bigger sell the news on NVIDIA and maybe money will flow to SMCI. I don't know. Haven't made a bet on that yet, but it's on my radar. Okay. Then we had news on Holdings. Yesterday, was it Zendaya? A big person, let's see, and they got a price target. Who was it that they had a big, Zendaya, multi-year partnership with Zendaya. This brand is just rocking it. It's in our model portfolio. I own it personally. The buzz and the growth of this brand is just unbelievable. So they got an upgrade this morning. $40 to $47, 40 to 47. Is that partially due maybe to the Zendaya deal they had? I'm not sure. Maybe, but I like it. It's on a model portfolio. And between the Zendaya deal and this price target increase, maybe this is something that can outperform today. We'll revisit it in just a couple seconds. Throw it up at the top. All right. Then we have some news on Microsoft. Oppenheimer, due to the relationship with OpenAI, raises the price target significantly from 450 to 500. 450 to 500. That's a big move. And by the way, this is something I'm interested in. When you have hot economic data, now, if you haven't noticed, look, the SPY, the QQQ, it's been rocketing to new highs all through the past year and a half, even with high interest rates and good economic data. The issue with the high interest rates and the good economic data is risk assets. It's the IWM, it's the meme stocks of the world that have been doing well because of the recently because of the speculation of lower interest rates. It's the what else is impacted by, like Bitcoin, risk assets, anything like that. When you have higher interest rates, it could be a problem. But larger caps are immune from that. In fact, it's probably good for them. They get a competitive advantage over their smaller peers that have debt issues, right? Microsoft, Google, Apple, Amazon, all these companies, strong balance sheets. They don't need to raise money. Their smaller peers do need access to debt. They got to get it at higher interest rates. So you've been seeing this situation where, pre-market we're up 0.07%. So a lot of times you get that, good economic data and the QQQ, the SPY, it looks like, oh, the market doesn't like it. But over time, the market loves it. The market loves higher interest rates for these big caps. They just don't like it for the micro caps and the smaller caps and the risk assets with bad balance sheets. So Microsoft, on this news, Oppenheimer, a respected firm, 450 to 500. That's a big deal. All right. It's in our model portfolio. Maybe I might take a shot doing call options with Microsoft today. All right. Let's go down and check some other news. I know I'm throwing a lot of names out there, but trust me, we're going to get to the end of the show and we're going to filter down, focus down on just a few names. All right. A few other things I want to bring up here. Alibaba, Citron Research out with a bullish note this morning. You can see it's right between the 220-day moving average with a low RSI. I could easily see this making a move to the 20 DMA at 81.64. Pre-market is down 1.5%. I don't really like playing Chinese stocks. I'm not going to play it. If you like it, if you like Baba, you can go ahead and play that. That's not going to make the top of our list. All right. Then we have a new name someone gave us, SMLR. Is this the next MicroStrategy? Look at this news. I added this to my crypto watch list. Very, very interesting. On May 28th, they said this company, medical device company, said Bitcoin will become their reserve currency, not the US dollar. And they bought like $50 million worth of Bitcoin then. Then yesterday, they bought another $17 million of Bitcoin. The stock was down yesterday on that news, I think, because everyone was distracted with GameStop. All right. I did some math here. This move, this candle, $50 million when they did the $50 million purchase. So too, shouldn't you get a $17 million move yesterday? You didn't get it. That's about $2. All right. So maybe this thing deserves to get a $32 or so, but Bitcoin's down this morning on this hot economic data. So little questionable what happens with that. All right. But SMLR, new crypto stock that a lot of people, not on a lot of people's radars yet. It could be the next MSTR and mini MSTR. I like it in between the 50 and 200 DMA. I did grab a position this morning. There's no options on this, just got some common shares. All right, you're going to throw that up at the top. Now, I've liked Hood and DraftKings for a long time. Not a long time, since the bad news on DraftKings. I got to do this. I know risk assets are down. We're down 1%, but we had a candle over the 200 DMA, low RSI, and that catalyst. The reason we've been doing it is that catalyst of Illinois tax. I didn't think it was significant enough to warrant keeping the gap down. All right. They're just going to pass it on to consumers. And I don't think it's going to affect their business that much. Okay. And there's speculation it goes to other states, but for now it's only Illinois. So I really like DraftKings above this 200 DMA. I know it's maybe counterintuitive, down 1%. Maybe it's going to be a red day today. Maybe we got to wait for market rebound for this to pay dividends. But looking at that candle over the 200 DMA, and I think we have the right interpretation of the news with the lower side, I got to make this a top pick. Okay. It's going to be up there on our list today again. All right. And by the way, Penn has made all of their losses back since the Illinois tax news. All right. So it was down here somewhere. It had 3 red candles and then boom, back up. Now there may have been other factors in play with Penn, but I'm liking DraftKings here. Now it's 9:20. Let me see if there's any other news I want to get to. Gold at this point, that may be. I did take a bunch of profits yesterday on our trade idea yesterday, but I did keep some overnight. I don't think I'm going to press on gold. This is below if we're going to be closing below the 50 DMA, I'm not interested. Simple as that. Okay. So 215.16 in pre-market, 216.13 is the 50 DMA. So I'm not going to be pressing on gold this morning. All right, man, that was a mouthful. So now let's head up to the top and see how we're going to rank these things. I like DraftKings. All right. Microsoft on Zendaya and an upgrade, TMDX and Lyft upgrades. Lyft has had a bid all morning. Really nice. Okay. So, nice upgrade. All right, these are good names. Now, I just want to focus in on about 5 of them. So this is what I'm going to do. NVAX and AIR. I want to be planting seeds in NVAX and AIR. All right. I don't know that today will be the green days. All right. NVAX and AIR, we're going to be planting seeds there. Let's forget about TMDX. I think we got better options here. It's in our model portfolio anyway. Okay. So planting seeds in NVAX and AIR. Lyft and On Holdings, Microsoft. I think I can see these doing well today on the catalysts we talked about, and they're strong pre-market. So see DraftKings, on Microsoft, Lyft. Now let's see what that looks like. All right. DraftKings, On Holdings, Microsoft, really, definitely that one's got to be played with calls, I would think. OpenAI, that's big. 350 to 400, that's big. No, 450 to 500. All right. And then, sorry for looking down, I'm looking at my phone. I got to get that AI. There's a new AI chip coming from like NVIDIA. I got to put it in StreamYard here, so it looks like I'm always looking at you. All right. In any case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think this is what we're going to go with. Bitcoin, by the way, I've been predicting new highs, 74 to 76,000 by Monday. Let's try not to get scared about this economic data and still have that in play. So I'm going to put SMLR there. I think we got 5 picks for you today, right? We got DraftKings, On Holdings, Microsoft. I don't love Lyft too much. I'll throw it in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. 5. Is it too much? It might be too much. But DraftKings, On Holdings, Microsoft. You don't have to play all 5 and pick what you like. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're planting seeds in AIR and NVAX. These could be huge winners in the coming weeks, AIR and NVAX. Okay. Plant seeds. Don't expect to make money today. Don't go on margin. Don't buy like calls expiring today. You're planting seeds on those. But these other ones could do well today, could be the type of thing you can day trade today. You can buy shorter term calls on today. DraftKings, On Holdings, Microsoft, Lyft. DraftKings looks like the riskiest, doesn't it? Because it's down pre-market, but I'm sticking with it. This candle looks too good to me. I might definitely be wrong on that, but let's take a chance and throw it up there. All right, so those are your trade ideas for today. Thanks for tuning in. We got 300 people here. DraftKings, On Holdings, Microsoft, Lyft, SMLR, the new MicroStrategy, and then plant your seeds for AIR and NVAX. In the model portfolio, all right, we did switch out Snap for AIR and no other changes over there. All right, if you want to storytrading.com/app, it's a free install. You can get access to our VIP chat room. Make sure to follow us on X at storytrading.com. Put your notifications on so you know when we're going live. And with that, everyone, have a great day. Good luck.